Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm John Gray, and we're just plain living here.
Good morning, Peggy Burton.
And I'm Jim Fuller.
How are you guys?
And it's Easter week.
It is.
Holy
I
week.
just want you to look how decked out he is for Easter.
I got to tell you,
That is so
pretty
cool.
cool. That is pretty
Rooster
cool.
wear.
Yeah.
It's
Jacob
really
Gray
cute.
and Cindy.
Perfect for Easter.
Got a little Easter egg tie, and I still can't figure out how to do this on this thing
Because
backwards.
you see it backwards.
See it backwards.
got
After
a- you got
25
a
years,
bunny
you
in your
think
pocket?
I'd know.
Yeah, and in case you folks don't know, John does not buy the pre-tied
Oh, no.
bow ties. John ties them himself. So
Got to do
Is that
that.
hard to do?
Not once you learn how.
It just looks like it would be hard
most
to
people
come
can't.
out right.
Most people cannot do that.
Cannot do it, I know.
Well, I've
Me
never
being
tried.
one, Yeah.
I mean, it's just like it's no harder than tying that one.
Yeah.
I
guess
mean,
you're
if you
right.
tie one, it's like a bicycle. Once you learn, you got it.
So you tie that, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
Well, congratulations.
Well, thank you.
got
I
The
appreciate
only
that.
time
tie.
I have not tied my own tie was when I first got into the bar business when I was about 25. And I realized that if you have a little altercation or something or a little problem, somebody can choke you with that. So there for a while, in the rough early days when it was kind of rough, I always wore a clip on that way if I could grab that
Thinking
tie. It just
That
comes
was
right
probably
off.
wise thinking.
You know, so,
Yeah, pretty smart.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Pretty smart. What about everything going on? Everything's going on, going good.
I hope
Everybody?
so. Right.
Everybody?
Everybody's doing fine. It's
Spring's
looking good
here.
at
Yeah.
South Jackson. They're getting closer to opening the front door.
Paving's being done down there, and
Hopefully it'll get done.
That's going to be
before
really
long.
cool when they get that opinion.
well, it's going to have real parking spots
Yeah, right.
and lit up and sidewalks, and you know, you will be able to see. You won't be stomping through mud and water knee deep. And, you know, because sometimes when there's a big show, there's 7,500 cars down there.
Yeah.
Well,
And they've
I
had
think
to
it'll be
park
nice.
everywhere from in the mud holes in the grass, and and it's going to be really good. It's going to be lit up real well where you don't have and aren't in fear for your children or your life getting run over in the dark.
Who would have ever thought that would have happened down there? I mean, that school was built, what, in the 1890s?
18 something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's something that you don't want to point a finger and say thank you, one individual, because there's been so many people involved in the resurrection and reconstruction of that building through the past, what, Peggy, 38 years, 40 years?
It's about that. I think it close to 40.
Close to 40
I believe
years.
this is the 39th year.
And so, but one person I personally know of that deserves great thanks would be Alice Radcliffe, because she was one of the spearheads
They
and
wanted to save the building.
that wanted to save the building
and the performing arts.
and financially was a benefactor. She followed her heart with her checkbook, and that's to find someone like that in all of our nonprofit arenas is a very important thing, because dollars are harder to find than these days and times than they used to be.
I realize somebody's always asking for money, but I do think that the Civic Center, the Arts Center, the Hands-On Science Center all make this town a nice place to live.
Oh, sure, no doubt.
And it takes some support. So I'm about giving my life. So anyway.
And and all the other good things that go on. Trinity Care Center's getting ready to have their
sure.
diamond-studded evening, and all the different nonprofits. And of course, 30 years ago, there weren't that many.
No, there wasn't.
And our society has changed, and the needs have changed, and so there's a lot of nonprofit people out there, and I'm sorry to say that as we have our economy goes from locally owned stores to big box stores, a lot of that profit that used to be kept in town now goes out of town. So finding dollars to run all these organizations is a hard thing to do.
Yeah, it's very challenging.
So
have you
give somebody something.
Right. All right.
If you got more
Whatever.
than you need, I read something that says the only thing on the planet Earth that uses more than it needs to survive is the human being.
Yeah.
That's probably
The
true.
animals don't eat any more than
They
they
just take
need.
what
They
they
don't
need.
they don't drink any more water.
It's true.
The sequoia trees don't drink any more water than they need. The only thing on this earth that consumes more than it needs is us.
Believe me, I know
give
that.
some to somebody.
I know that because it's a constant battle for me not to consume more food than I eat. Yes.
You're on top of that.
Right, exactly.
Have you
Yeah.
been Easter egg hunting?
Yeah, we've got Easter everywhere.
That's coming. Is there a lot of hunts going on
well,
here in town? Or do you
the
know?
Glicken Woods had their hunt recently, and I think Joe Denby, I don't know when he's doing his this year, or
he
even
hadn't
if
already
he's
done
doing
it,
one.
but I haven't heard about it, but
No, they usually call me, and I hadn't heard
Yeah.
anything about it.
Where'd you get all these bunnies?
Oh, that's my friend. That's Peter Rabbit Bunny right there. And she's a reader for Peter Rabbit, so we've
Right.
got bunny
So
stuff
you have
everywhere.
bunnies everywhere?
And I think this big egg over here was Jacob's Easter egg. That when he was little, we'd put that out on the porch. And speaking about Easter, when I had it wasn't Simon, T-Bone, Fran and John and Betty Harris had a store in this town called This Little Pig. And it was in the gas station where Lester Green and McCord is right now. And they ground sausage over. Of course, they had a meat packing plant in Winchester, and they had all kinds of pig products, and jellies and jams and stuff. And it's sort of like a Cracker
when
Barrel.
was this? What era?
Huh?
What,
This was probably 40 years ago.
Oh, I see. Okay.
35 years ago. And so Fran had gone over there and gotten some sausage from This Little Pig because they really had some good sausage. And so we had Easter baskets on the front steps because that's when we lived over on Washington Street. And of course, the Easter Bunny couldn't get in the house. They always left stuff outside. So we got up and Fran said, y'all go outside. The Easter Bunny's been here. And old Jacob goes out and he's that big
Found
egg
that big
and he
egg.
opens it up and all there's candy flying out of it and everything. And I had a little basket with, I don't know, not much of nothing in it. And she said, well, what'd you think about what the Easter Bunny left you? And I said, well, he left me a chocolate bar and an egg. And she said, well, what else? And I said, well, ain't nothing else. She put that pound of sausage out there, and then she'd let that dog out in the morning to go to the bathroom. That dog, T-Bone ain't good. I saw him come around the house, and he was licking his lips.
Oh my goodness.
That happened at our house back in the day when my father, who was a great farmer, they'd kill hogs and they would grind all this sausage up, and it was all freshly ground and on the back porch, and which should have been safe because it was very cold. And the next morning there was a screen door. A dog, not ours, but a dog had broken into the back porch, and he lay dead because he had ate himself to death. I mean, it was horrible.
Really?
Okay. All right, folks, we got to get out of here. We're getting the X sign. We got to have a lot of guests on the show today. So don't you go away. Pay attention to these commercial messages, and we'll be right back.
Russell's got your truck, man. Russell's got your truck. Chevy, Ford, and Ram, man. Russell's got your truck. With the best selection anywhere, Russell's got your truck.
Where can you find all 4 all-American truck brands all at one place? Check us out on the web at russellbarnett.com. If you still can't decide, give us a call. We'll line them up for you. Either way, my question is, why buy your next truck anywhere else?
Russell's got your truck, man.
All I have to do to think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do,
Everyday Miracles, Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, I was having a conversation with Paul Blackwell, Tullahoma Police Chief, because this is our segment we refer to as Police Pointers in an effort to better inform you what's going on in our police department. Paul, it's good to have you today.
Thank you. Good to be back.
You caught, as I said, you caught us off guard. We were speaking about something else.
We were talking about how we remind ourselves of things we have to do.
Reminders, exactly. Yeah. See, I already forgot what we were talking about, but that's true. You know, how we have to make notes, send yourself a text.
Send yourself a text or send yourself an email the day of the sticky note. We still have those, but technology has provided us another way to remind ourselves.
Absolutely. So I can't remember how long cell phones had been out, or at least that I had one, when I realized I need to put myself in there as a contact so I can send myself messages.
Yeah. And I was talking to someone the other day, and you know, this is off the subject, but I was saying I had to send myself an email to remind me of something. They said, well, I just text myself. Yeah. And of course I had to scratch my head and say, well, how do you text yourself?
Yeah.
So I got a little lesson on how you text yourself a text message.
Right, exactly.
So, you know, there's another way, another sticky note for me to text myself.
I remember before we had texting, I used to call my office and leave myself a message on the answering machine. Yeah. So
I wonder if it's just me and you that do that.
I suspect not.
You think not?
I suspect not. You know, Philip, our producer here, Philip's worked for us, I'm guessing, 15 years. And when he first came here, Philip was pretty young. And I've noticed that now that he's in his 40s, he can't remember anything, but he won't accept the fact that, Philip, you got to write stuff down. Mm-hmm. You got to make yourself a note. Yeah. It's just a way of life.
I remember an old saying that says the shortest pencil will last longer than the longest memory.
That's right.
That's right. Which kind of told me, start writing it down.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. That's a good one. Bicycles.
Right.
We're here to talk about bicycles.
Okay, good. You know, it's hard to look outside, though, and see this weather and think about, well, why are we talking about bicycles? But starting Monday, the kids come back from spring break. Mm-hmm. So that kind of signifies that downhill road for them, you know, with summer coming up. And a lot of the kids do like to ride their bikes to school. And we have several bicycle clubs around town that get out and do group rides and have activities. So about this time of the year, I like to talk about bicycle safety. And it's not only from the standpoint of the bicycle rider, but from the vehicle operator, you know, letting them understand where the bikes have a role on the roadway. So we'll first talk about bicycle safety. The state law says that if you're under 16 years old, you have to wear a helmet. It doesn't say you may, it says you shall wear a helmet. So for the parents, grandparents that are out here listening, if your children start riding their bikes to school, they've got to wear a helmet.
While we're on that subject, who gets the ticket if you have to give somebody a ticket for that, the parent or the child?
It would be well, you know, we try not to write a ticket. We try to say, you need to get your helmet. But if we had to, you know, it would be the child, and then the parent would have to show up with the child.
Right.
You know, but I could pretty much guarantee that we're not going to write someone a ticket. We're going to educate, you know, the parents that you need to have this.
However, if you do it about 10 times, if you get caught about 10 times.
You do it enough, then there may have to be some kind of action taken.
Right.
But yeah, that's one of those that I can pretty much say you're probably not going to get a ticket.
Right.
You'll get a talking to.
Right.
And you know, we may call the parents and say, hey, you know, your child needs to wear a helmet.
Right.
So if you're under 16, so that's the cutoff.
Right.
Of course, we recommend everybody wear a helmet.
Sure.
And if you talk to some of our bicycle clubs, you know, which are adults, they will tell you they all wear helmets. So they recognize the safety factor of wearing that helmet.
You know, and it's kind of common sense, because I know we do a lot of video work in the walking horse industry, and if you're under 16 in that industry, if you're riding a horse, you have to
wear a helmet.
Have to wear a helmet.
And even our adults that ride bikes will tell you that you know, probably the majority of them have been involved in some type of crash, whether it's, you know, just hitting a loose rocks, or you know, being run off the road by a car or something, and how thankful they are they were wearing a helmet at the time.
Right.
we encourage you to wear the helmet.
Sure.
Now, of course, on your bicycle, you have to have a light a white light on the front of it if you're riding at night that can be seen from 500 feet. On the back, you have to have either a light or a reflector that can be seen from 500 feet as well. And then, of course, the brakes. All these new bicycles, when we were kids, all you did was push your brake pedal backwards and you stopped.
Exactly.
Now you've got hand brakes and everything, so you got to make sure those brakes are working. So that's pretty simple on the bicycle equipment. We do have a few bike paths around town where it's recommended that you ride your bicycle on the bike path if it's designated a bike path. If it's just a sidewalk, you're not supposed to ride your bike on the sidewalk. So you kind of have to know where a bike path is.
Now that's pretty important. You're not supposed to ride your bike on the sidewalk.
Right.
Okay.
Unless it's designated as a bike path.
Right.
But of course, again, that's one of those things that's going to happen. We're not going to be out there writing tickets to people that are riding their bicycles on the sidewalk.
Right.
Would I want a 5 or 6 year old child to be riding on the road? I'd much rather see them ride on the sidewalk.
Sure.
With their parents.
Right.
And so we use common sense in that. But again, the law is written, and if we had to enforce it, we could. But again, most times this is going to be an educational type thing of just letting someone know. If you are riding on the street, you ride in the same direction as a car.
Okay.
A bicyclist on the road has to follow the same laws, rules of the road as a car does. Stop signs, red lights.
And I assume you're supposed to use hand signals then.
Hand signals.
Right.
Now you talk to a lot of, we go back to our younger years where you were taught you raise your left hand in a 90-degree angle to signify a right turn. Stick your arm out for a left turn, and arm down to mean slowing down or stopping. If you talk to the bicyclists that do this on a regular basis, they don't use the hand up. They just use their right hand and point, I'm turning right.
Right.
And it is a whole lot easier.
Yeah,
I mean, when I ride my bike, it is much easier just to point this way or that way.
But the signals you were previously talking about are the same signals you would use in a vehicle.
In a car, if your blinker's not working.
And even before that, there weren't blinkers.
I can remember the days, again, going back to childhood days, riding with people, and you see them sticking their arms out or up and down, and
which was really inconvenient if it happened to be raining or something.
and you're going to church or something in your nice clothing. So those things still apply, but the big thing is that a bicyclist on the road has to follow the same rules of the road as a driver of a car does. So the drivers of vehicles need to understand the bicycle has a legitimate right, privilege to be on the road, just as a car does. And you've got to give them some leeway. And the big thing when I talk to bicycle riders that they ask me to emphasize to people is a 3-foot rule. When you're overtaking or passing a bicycle, you must give them 3 foot of clearance. So you have to make sure that you can safely get around them before you pass them, overtake them. And then you have to be clearly beyond them before you come back over into your lane of traffic.
I'm assuming then that means if you're on a narrow road, you might have to wait a little bit.
You may have to wait behind that bicycle, and don't get frustrated, don't get upset with them. They have every legitimate privilege to be on that road as you, the car, does.
Right.
And we've heard it. I mean, you hear it from all these car drivers, about the bicyclists and things.
Right.
And we've got some activities coming up the next few weeks. One is called the Ride of Silence, where once a year, bicycle clubs across the country on one specific date do a ride of silence where there's not a lot of talking, and it's to pay honor to those bicycle riders that have been killed riding their bikes. And we'll have one in Tullahoma, and it'll go up Jackson Street and everything. And usually there's 40, 50 bikes involved.
Right.
And the police department gets involved with our bike patrol.
Sure.
And helps lead it and everything. But people have to understand that those bikes can be on the road, and it's not an inconvenience. You just have to be patient.
That's right. Show a little courtesy.
Yeah, and hopefully this weather's going to start to turn on us and become what we really enjoy from a recreational standpoint.
All right.
Did we get the big X?
I think they gave us the X.
Did he give us the X?
He did. He did. That didn't happen to us much usually. Can y'all run this another half hour?
Yeah, really.
But we will take it today. Paul, thank you so much
for having me
today. We appreciate it very much. Folks, we'll be right back in just a moment with more living right after this.
Kay and Greg Gillum have added another touch of excellence to their furniture business. Now a newly stocked 20,000 square foot Badcock Home Furniture and More location in Tullahoma, Tennessee. Locally owned and operated and offering the same friendly professional service with the best prices on name brand products like their sister store in Winchester, Tennessee has for years. Visit the new Tullahoma location and shop name brand bedroom suits, electronic department with computers, tablets, 4K televisions, and accessories. A large complete appliance center to fit the style of any household. Beautiful selection of rugs that complement any person's taste. A variety of living room combinations all in one large showroom. That's right, Badcock Home Furniture and More has added a new location. 373 West Lincoln Street, Tullahoma, Tennessee. Offering special prices year-round. Financing is always available. Speedy delivery to your home or office. Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, noon to 5 p.m. Call 931-222-4353.
Time to get fit, Tullahoma. Register today to run or walk the I Am For The Child Family 5K Run and Walk. You'll be proud to know you're supporting the court-appointed special advocates by running or walking Saturday, April 14th at Fraser McEwen Park at 8 a.m. Register at active.com for $25 or the day of the race starting at 6:30 a.m. or call 455-7426. Special thanks to these sponsors who make this event happen. CASA's I Am For The Child event is Saturday, April 14th. Register now and join in the fun at Fraser McEwen Park.
The Animal Shelter has served Tullahoma dogs for nearly 30 years. Now, you can help us build a bigger and better no-kill shelter. Your tax-deductible gift is matched dollar for dollar. So come on, bark it forward and donate now to have your tax-deductible gift matched. Make your check payable to the COT Shelter Building Fund and go to tullahomatn.gov to see all the unique gifts available for your generosity. For more details, you can call City Hall at 455-2648.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bluegrass Underground, if you've never been to it, was located in Cumberland Caverns for a long time, and it's a television show that plays on national TV, and they have moved to the foot of the mountain down around Pelham to a place called now the Caverns, or Big Mouth Cave, and the reason why is because it's just so much easier access in and out. And they invited us to Media Day last Saturday, and my crack reporter Andrew, the main man Todd, was over there and got some great interviews. So we're going to take you to Bluegrass Underground in the Caverns.
I was inspired by sort of dreaming. The same thing that led me to conceive of Bluegrass Underground was sort of imagining the very first time I'd ever walked into a cave, what would be possible with music. And after doing it for almost 10 years, I've always dreamed of sort of the ideal cave. And the reality was pretty good, but I really was hoping and searching to find something that would be even more suitable for what we do. And so that's bringing in a cave with permanent power, permanent sound and lights, and something maybe a little closer to our core markets, Nashville, Chattanooga, Birmingham, Atlanta, and something that was maybe a little closer off the interstate. Handicap accessible, and ultimately something that I could own and control to sort of realize the full vision, and sort of having a cave as a music venue first and foremost, as opposed to a show cave that we happen to do music in. So just kind of dreaming, like everything else, daydreaming a little bit, got me started.
And what brought you guys down here to Pelham, Tennessee?
Well, this beautiful cave brought us here. And we had heard about it, but it wasn't on a map. We didn't know where it was. And when we first sort of discovered it, for lack of a better word, I knew that it potentially had everything that I was looking for. But it was vastly different then than it is now. For point of reference, if you stand on the stage where right now, when I first came in there, I could touch the ceiling. So we had to move a lot of dirt out. And we had to do a lot of, I guess the gist of it is we had to bring in a lot of gist. Geologist, archaeologist, biologist, hydrologist, and do some diligence on the space and know that we could move that dirt out and have it have the scale that I wanted. And after that, it was, challenging things like bringing in permanent three-phase power, getting sound and lights in the parking lot, and all the things you do for a music venue. So that's how we did it.
Could you touch on some of the environmental aspects of around here?
Absolutely. So the main thing we've tried to do with this cave is to be as minimally impactful as possible to the cave ecosystem and environment. And a good example of that is the bigmouth salamander. That is the Tennessee state amphibian, and they thrive not where the music is, but on the other side of the cave.
Right.
And we've left that undisturbed. It's 1,200 feet of cave back there, and it's very wet. And when it becomes a rain event, it really flows, and that's super healthy for them. Yeah. So we've kind of adopted them as a mascot, if you will. My daughter's name is Maggie, and when you come, you'll see the salamander right there on the ticket office. Yeah. And I said, we'll call her Maggie. And she says, no, Dad. She's 7. We'll call her Sally. Sally the salamander. So she's got a name, and we do. And then even where we're sitting right now, we planted all these trees and shrubs last fall so they could mature. And these are all native species. And we had to cut down over yonder, what do they call those things? They're an invasive situation. Mimosa trees. Yeah. It was a giant one, but that was the only thing we had to fell. Yeah. And when you look at this microclimate, we brought a landscape architect out. He gave me the idea and said, man, you should make this, and I'm going to pronounce this wrong, an arborarium or something. But basically, it's a place where it's all native species. So in time, we want to develop this in terms of the flora and the fauna to be as beautiful and distinct and natural and native to this area in Tennessee as the cave is, as the bigmouth salamander is. And, that's just the right thing to do, but it's the cool thing to do.
That's right.
So when the cool thing to do is the right thing to do, there ain't no question. It's just what you do. In February, which was just 1 month ago, we had the rainiest February in the history of Pella, literally in recorded history.
Yep.
I could have really used that, we could have used that to be the driest February record, or just average. And so when the rains finally stopped, and we had a few days window to do things like getting the wall put up and getting our power put in, because construction was kind of at a halt. That was a great moment, because we were very behind schedule, and we got there. So that was euphoria to me, or high moments. It's going to come in a minute where I'll cry with the music
Absolutely.
playing. So, but that ain't happened yet. Up to now is when that rain stopped.
Yes.
Is when I got happy.
Actually, our daughter started the ball rolling with bowling, I guess is the name we could go with here. She is a good friend of Todd Gerald and Todd Mayo and Joe Urgio. And when they were thinking about, wouldn't it be great to have our own cave that we could set up permanently, that we could make a permanent home to Bluegrass Underground, she said, well, why don't you buy a cave? And they said, yeah, Elizabeth, just where do you go to find a cave? She said, Grundy County is full of caves. And this will be an incredible economic impact to this region, because not only will people be coming to here, they will be buying food, buying groceries, spending the night, staying to go to other attractions. Grundy County has Savage Gulf, Stone Door, Fiery Gizzard Trail. That's one of the most walked trails in the United States. We are hoping now that this is going to be an impetus for a lot of other really top quality, world-class tourist venues to come into this area, and it will make people see the beauty of Grundy County and the hospitality of Grundy County.
Basically, in this environment, the cave's the co-star. Whoever's on stage, the cave's the co-star. And the goal is to take what's there and just accentuate it. Because you can throw $1 million at a sound stage and not have what this looks like. And so all we're trying to do is keep a natural look. So there's no gobos and spinners, lasers, anything at all. It's just taking earth tones and painting this rock, because this rock, the texture and color of this rock just sucks up color. So everything is so vibrant. And the whole idea is just to accentuate the beauty that's already there. The accessibility of this cave is far greater for everyone, for our audience and for the crew. And so the load-in is easier, the infrastructure is easier. We're able to have permanent electricity to the degree that we need it for a show of this size. We're able to have permanent, we're home now. We have a permanent home now. And we're able to do what we've always needed to do to have a permanent home and make it a venue instead of camping out in the cave for 3 days to do a show. What we're really lucky about is that we have a home on PBS. And PBS understands what we're trying to do culturally. We're trying to expand and preserve and the American cultural landscape. So we are able to book in top talent, people that are legendary, people that are so prominent in the contemporary American songbook, say. But we're also able to bring in people that are so talented and so good at what they do, but they're not household names yet. And what they need is a little bit of water and sunshine. And so we're able to feature these people just like the big guys, just like the big artists, and give them some help in their career. It's one of the favorite things we do on this show is to feature people that not everybody's heard of, but are so deserving. It's a little weird, water and sunshine in a cave, I know, but that's how we see it. And we help people expand their careers. And so people like to come play with this. We try and make it a really gratifying experience for the audience and for the artist. I would add one thing that about this experience, it's that the venue is so unique. The venue is so unique that and the people sit close to the stage, and the stage isn't very high, and the audience. The artists come through the audience, and they go out through the audience, and their gear comes in and out from the audience. They don't just appear on stage. So, and then you see the band looking around just like everybody else, like, wow, just look where we are. So it's a shared experience between the band and the audience. We're all in this together. We're all having this collective. We're playing, you're listening, but it's one thing.
The last cave was a big deal. I remember, it seems like years ago, maybe when I started seeing advertisements for Bluegrass Underground, when I lived in Michigan. And this was before I was playing professionally at all. I was still in my bedroom just playing along with Doc Watson on YouTube. But I started seeing all these, steel drivers 303 feet below the ground, and I'm like, are you serious? There's a bluegrass show in a cave? So that sounds cool.
How would you describe the acoustics in the cavern here?
Absolutely fantastic. I think it's amazing. It feels really good in there.
Joy at the start, fear in the journey, joy in the coming home. A part of the heart gets lost in the learning, somewhere along the road. Along the road, your path may wander, a pilgrim's faith may fail. But absence makes the heart grow fonder when darkness hides the trail.
We're going to cut the banjo strings, and Chris in this cavern right now, as long as my right-hand man can give me the scissors. Where are they, Joe? Where is anybody that could save us right now? Any heroes? What in the world, ladies and gentlemen? Batman, what are you doing here? What in the world? Do you have any? Robin! Oh my God! This is amazing, everybody. Joe, come here, Joe. Joe, you do the honors.
tell you about the toughest guy on earth. He does the work of 2 jobs, but only gets paid for one. He's tough enough to feed the man that gave him a lifetime of nourishment. He has the crazy strength to lift the man that raised him up without even flinching. That's right. No Employee of the Month bonus check here. This guy, no, this warrior, will always be by his father's side, even if his dad will hardly remember. Good luck finding a gym to train for that. If this guy isn't the toughest guy on the planet, then I don't know who is. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Is this the year you want to get fit? If so, check out just some of the things Tullahoma Parks and Rec has to offer. Kickboxing, aerobics, silver sneakers workouts, swim lessons, boot camp, water aerobics, basketball, Zumba, yoga, pickleball, lap swimming, treadmill, karate. Get fit, Tullahoma, and have some fun with Tullahoma Parks and Rec.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Welcome back. You'll be glad you showed up for this segment because we're here with Friends of South Cumberland State Park. Nolan Kendricks, welcome.
Thank you.
Margaret
Glad to be here.
Maidens, I'm so glad you guys came and you have some exciting things with you.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what's going on.
So we're promoting Trails and Trilliums. This will be our 15th annual Trails and Trilliums, April 13th, 14th, and 15th. It's kind of a celebration of spring,
Right.
If you will. There's guided hikes, there's workshops, there'll be live music, there'll be all kinds of events. This year, everything will be in the park, in South Cumberland State Park.
If there's people out there that don't know how to get there, can
So-
you just tell us quickly?
Sure,
briefly?
absolutely.
Of course, you can look on the
Right.
website, but
The everything will leave from the Visitor Center, which is between Monteagle and Tracy City on Highway 41. And the park itself is a tremendously huge park. In fact, it's the largest state park.
you don't know how many acres are up there?
Over 30,000.
Isn't that amazing?
It really is. It really is. And so we'll have hikes to all different parts of the park, but everything will kind of leave from the visitor center. We'll have vans that'll transport you. You'll just have to come to the one place, and then we'll take you everywhere else.
And a lot of the things that you're doing are free, but
Yeah, absolutely.
What are the things that aren't free?
So everything is free, all the kids' activities, the workshops, everything that'll be going on at the visitor center, and everything, in fact, is free for members. So if
So
you're
you're encouraging membership. I would think.
Absolutely. That's really what we're about in this particular event, is just to try and get people introduced to the park and then have them join our Friends group, which supports the park. And all your donations and everything go directly to the park.
And if I'm not mistaken, this is one of the largest state parks, isn't it?
It's
Or
the largest state park.
In the
Yep,
state.
in the state of
That
Tennessee.
That just happened last year. We became the largest state park.
I just think that's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it's right within your driving distance.
Oh, absolutely.
Don't
Right
miss
up
it.
the mountain.
Over the past year, we gained over 7,000 acres, which brought us into being the largest state park. And so this is really the first chance a lot of people have had to see some of those new areas. We'll have hikes out to the new areas that have,
That'll be awesome. It'll
Oh,
be
it
so
will.
pretty. Everything will be in bloom, and
Right.
the trees will be blooming, the flowers will be be blooming. And I guess I would just say wear your good walking shoes.
Oh, absolutely. There's you can go to our website, trailsandtrilliums.org, and it's got all the hikes and things listed, and it's got their difficulty and what you need to bring, because there's some of them you need to bring not just good walking shoes, but some pretty heavy boots and poles and.
Yeah, you need your little stick with you.
Yeah, and we've got, there's some easy trails definitely, but there's some strenuous ones as well. There's kind of a good mix of everything.
I know Margaret's got some things up her sleeve that she wants to show.
So
I'm going to scoot over to the side.
It's a very friendly snake. One thing that I wanted to say was that the festival, main part of the festival is Saturday, and it's from 10 to 3 at the State Park Visitor Center. And there are going to be lots of vendors and artists, kids activities, all kinds of live music going on, and food trucks. And there's no admission fee to get into the festival
These vendors
part.
and artists, they sell things.
Oh, yes.
Don't they?
Yeah, they're going to.
You might want to bring a dollar bill with you.
We have some wonderful artists and vendors and we also have a great native plant vendor who's Nashville natives, and so that's one of the things that this event has always done is encourage people to plant native plants.
That's good.
That's great. So the family fun part of the event is Saturday from 10 to 3, and we're going to have all kinds of different activities to connect children to nature. One of them is we're going to have an area for building fairy houses.
I love
this. This is my grandson and I worked on this one last weekend, but we're going to have a chance to build forts and go in the garden and do activities. We have pioneer reenactors who are going to let the kids throw hatchets and make candles and have demonstrations of black powder muzzle firing. We have a fabulous zip line that's 100 yards long.
That's
you start way up on a tower, and several other rope events that the park rangers are doing.
Will they be allowed to shoot a muzzle?
They won't. That's
okay.
They can throw hatchets though, but and make the candles. The muzzles they get to demonstration of how to do it.
They'll get to see it.
Yeah, I think adults can actually do it. The parents, and we do stress that when the parents or grandparents, whoever brings your children up to this event, you do have to be with your children as they go around to all these activities.
And they're going to enjoy it just as much.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
We have a brand new garden, and the kids are going to get to do gardening activities. We have a brand new storybook trail that the grand opening is going to be on the Saturday of Trails and Trilliums, and it's a trail that you walk along, and there are pages from a storybook. And as you walk along, you read a page at each one.
That's beautiful.
Then one of the highlights of Trails and Trilliums since 14 years ago was the wildlife and the baby animals, which is one thing the kids always love. So we'll have both wildlife, snakes and turtles and frogs, and then we also have a ranch rescue group coming from McMinnville, and they're bringing baby goats and rabbits and ducks.
Who doesn't
and
love a baby
all
goat?
kinds of little
Oh my
things
gosh.
and all of these are things that you can hold and touch. So I just brought one of our favorites. This is this is Ghost, and he is a Florida king snake. And I actually just figured out that this will be his 10th Trails and Trilliums. So connecting kids with nature has always been an important part of the Friends mission, and so trying to have.
And he is totally a friendly snake.
He is totally friendly, and children love to get. We'll have a number of friendly snakes there. Ghost among them, and he is so used to being held and having his picture taken. And then, in case you're just not really into snakes, I did bring some other cute. These are some little baby turtles.
These are precious. Make sure we can see these baby
turtles. This is Ginger
turtles.
Snap. She's a baby snapping turtle who does not snap. And this is Shelly. She is a baby soft-shelled turtle.
They're so cute.
And these are all just hatched out of eggs. They are just little bitty newborns.
Sweet.
But they are.
And how big will they get?
Different sizes. This
is he upside down?
No, snapping turtles can get to be 40 pounds.
Oh my
so
gosh.
they get to be really big, and all of these actually get. Well, okay, you slow down,
This little guy is sleeping.
He hasn't decided to come out yet, but he will. When he comes out, he'll be.
And are the children allowed to handle these things?
Yes, and we
encouraged
have
to.
Encouraged
Absolutely.
to, because that's one of the things that we find that the more closely connected kids can get to the critters and the woods, the better they like it.
The better
they don't like to just stand back and look at it or watch it on the screen.
This one has a long tail.
Yes, that's how you distinguish the snapping turtle. Is their tail is longer than their body. Of course, if you see these out in the wild, you would not want to pick them up. But
So
these,
you take this into school sometimes
Yes.
and do demonstrations?
Yes. And we do programs in Grundy County and other schools up close to the park. It's called Every Child in the Park, and we bring all the kids. Oops, one of them just jumped off the table there. Those are your two to watch.
Oh, okay. Let me get them over here. I got
So
them.
we really encourage people to bring your children. There's going to be enough going on that you could literally stay from 10 o'clock till 3 o'clock and enjoy all the different things that the kids would get to do.
And they're fixing to turn us off, so let's give those dates one more time.
So it's April 13th, 14th, and 15th.
That's Friday, Saturdays.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, yes.
And everybody is welcome. I think what a wonderful opportunity. Thank you so much. You got to come back.
Yes, thank you.
I might even decide to touch the snake.
Well, you should.
Come up to the park and visit us.
Yeah.
Yes, everybody's welcome.
Thank you for coming.
Thank
We'll be
you.
back with more.
Okay.
At the time, maybe you were just building a bridge, a business, or a community. Maybe you were simply working for a home or a better tomorrow. At the time, you served out of duty and love of country. But in that time, we see a legacy created, an American dream lived. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
There's no place like home.
Getting home safely is just a click away, and choosing the right seat for your little one's age and size will take you down the road to safer travels.
How can I ever thank you enough?
Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jerry Harris. I've been providing communication services throughout the United States since 1985. But instead of me telling you about the services I provide, I'll let some of my clients speak for me.
This is Philip Barnett of the Russell Barnett Automotive family. We have 5 new car dealerships. Jerry Harris has handled our telephones for many years. Just recently, he came to us with a new program with Host My Calls. They not only saved us money, but the service is out of sight. I highly recommend Jerry and the Host My Calls team for any of your telephone needs.
Host My Calls is by far the best service I have ever placed with any of my clients. It provides cost-saving solutions while providing great communications. Call me today, 931-581-4411. See how Host My Calls can save you.
I'm meteorologist Leland Statham from the News Channel 5 Weather Center. Look to Jim Fuller and crew for local news night here on Channel 6.
Welcome back. We recently up at Tullahoma High School had an art night, and we have a little clip on the Improvateers.
These are the Improvateers. They're very professional what they do. They're very funny, and they get paid a lot of money to come. I'm really sorry. There is something. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the future of America right here, with these people. This is the Improvateers, ladies and gentlemen. Give a round of applause. And there were 2 of them hiding in the back. I don't know what Taylor and Zach were doing back there. Okay, so research, and this is legit, I don't have it with me, but research says that involvement in a theater program at the high school level not only raises the ACT score and looks super cool on a resume, but helps with creative problem solving later on in life. And in this day and age, when involvement in anything at the high school level is super important, I'm honored to have this group of kids to play with. The first game we're going to play is called Hitchhiker. All right, so Hitchhiker works like this. We have a driver. Hello, driver. You can clap for the driver. He's new. And then we have 3 players who are going to be hitchhiking. Who are our 3 players? Uno, dos, tres. Very good. And then these people will just add nothing. I mean, they'll clap and laugh as we go. So, I'm gonna let you watch the game and then explain it if necessary. You guys ready? Rock and roll. Get in.
I need to go to the nearest pharmacy right now.
I don't know who the pharmaceutical is.
Just in the street.
Is it up to the...
Yes, go.
Get in.
I need to go to the back. I need to go over there. Right here. Slide on the brake. Oh, what are you doing?
Oh!
Right
Get in. All right, no problem, bro. Okay. Okay, bro. Guess what? Guess what, bro? The body shop's just up there. We're gonna pick up some like weights. What? So what? Turn up towers? What? I don't know what that is. Excuse me? Put it up. That one right there? Okay. Yeah, let's start. Get out of here. It should be the one. Yeah.
Oh, there.
So, right there?
Yes.
Okay, this should be your stop.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Thanks.
The next game we're going to play is called Foursquare, and who are our Foursquare players? Yay! You can clap. We spent all our money on Heather's hat. We don't have an applause sign, so. All right, Foursquare works like this. There's usually a controller. That's going to be my job in this case. And they get a suggestion from you guys, a one-word suggestion that is interesting to create a scene out of. And they'll say it, they'll rotate, you give them a new one, they'll rotate through it one time, and then they basically start the scene. And each person has to keep track of 2 different scenes. And then hilarity ensues because I have a microphone. So we need a one-word suggestion, something interesting. Yes, sir. Popcorn. Very good. Your suggestion is popcorn. Popcorn. They couldn't hear you. Popcorn. Good. Another suggestion, please. Yes, sir. Earthquake. Earthquake. Very good. Earthquake is your suggestion. Another suggestion. There's a shadow way back there. Yes, sir. You with the hand that's towering over everybody. Airplane. Airplane is your suggestion.
Airplane.
Very good. And then one more suggestion. You young lady right there. Oh, that young lady. She passed it to you.
Pterodactyl.
That's a future theater kid right there, ladies and gentlemen. Pterodactyls, perfect. All right.
Pterodactyl.
Good. Okay, so then you rotate and repeat one more time loudly so they can all hear.
Popcorn. Earthquake. Airplane. Airplane. Pterodactyl.
And then they rotate and begin, and then you'll hear me say forward or backward, and then we'll see what happens. So rotate and begin.
Oh, God. Oh, I burned myself on the popcorn machine again.
How did you
do that every freaking time?
Every time this happens!
Why
do you burn yourself every time? I don't understand!
Look, here's the popcorn machine, right? Here's the popcorn machine.
Forward.
Yeah. Oh my God! What's happening? Oh God, are you okay? Okay. What just happened? I think it was an earthquake. I don't know.
Oh God, it's happening!
Forward.
All right, all passengers, if you will sit in your chairs and you will buckle up. We are about to start our trip to, you guessed it, the Bermuda Triangle. If everyone will buckle up, please.
Forward.
ladies and gentlemen, this is the paint. Uh-oh. I just knocked a tree over. This is the paint doctor. I got the color wheel. Now, you know what a color wheel is? It is the wheel at the paint works where you pick all your colors to paint your room. It could be a multicolored beard. It could be a underarm fan. You never can tell. One thing we do know is that it's time to paint. You know, you can make your wife very happy if you go to your house and paint some rooms, or you paint the outside of the house, the inside of the house. It makes them feel very good because you work hard for them and they like that. All women like to see their man sweat, you know? They do. Honeydew is what they do. And you get to do it too. So you go to the paint works at 1960 North Washington Street and you see David Heikkinen over there, and he's the real paint doctor. He fix you up with color. It's so nice when the color is right. Go to Paintworks today. Martin Senor. See? Martin Senor. Right there. Martin Senor at the Paintworks. Bye, and we see you next time. I'm burning up.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
Right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and we have Ray Markham with us here, and Cindy Kinney, the heiress of the Kinney shoe industry.
Not really.
That's one way to remember. And you're here to talk about One Day of Hope.
Another day of hope.
Okay. Now, there is the One Day of Hope, right?
Correct.
That's in Manchester.
Correct.
In the fall?
In the fall.
In the fall. So
It's
tell us about
it's
this.
actually a countywide event that developed because several pastors came together and said, you know, our community is in need, and this doesn't need to be one church or one group. It needs to be all of us working together. And so it's grown over 6 years. It's a countywide program. It is held at the fairgrounds in Manchester. But we have many participants from Tullahoma, certainly many recipients from Tullahoma. And we come together and provide goods and services and access to a number of things. And we do have that in the fall. But we also want to be part of encouraging Christians and others to be involved in supporting similar events year-round.
Right.
And we've talked about that any day that a group of Christians come together to serve their community across our county, it's another day of hope for people. And so when Cindy began talking about that she wanted to take clothing and some other goods and services to the community here in Tullahoma, we said, hey, we want to help support that. Okay. And so we'll have Manchester people as well coming over, hopefully to help with setting up and other activities. So it's a great event that's coming
where's
up
the
April
event going to
7th.
be held?
It's going to be held at the Williams Family Center of First Presbyterian Church here in Tullahoma.
Okay.
And for parking, we can use the back parking lot, which is basically at the intersection of Washington and Lincoln.
Right.
So that you would just park in the parking lot and then come into the, there'll be greeters there at the door, and they'll show you access into the gym. It's the family center, but it's also known as the
gymnasium.
gym.
Oh,
yes.
Sure.
And
multi-purpose space.
So we will have Good Samaritan of Tullahoma will be handing out clothing geared for spring and summer. That is free to the participants. There'll be many agencies there participating. Medical and counseling services. We'll have Lions Club doing vision tests. We'll have Partners for Healing doing some medical screenings. Contact Lifeline and their division of mental health counseling will be there, and giving vouchers for mental health services. So I think it's going to be a good event. We will provide a lunch and some food. Will be also distributed.
Wow, that's
too.
great.
So
that's
yeah.
great.
And we will have a prayer request table, because we have found that people, I think, Ray, in the past.
That's been one of the biggest things of the event that we do in the fall, is that we offer that to everyone who comes through, and increasingly that's a big request item. People want someone to spend a little time, pray together, and sometimes access some of the counseling service for family issues and just support. We had a wonderful story this last year at our volunteer rally. A lady came. She said, "I'm a volunteer this year, but 2 years ago I was there and I was so miserable I had to leave." But she said, "Your people kept getting in my way." and finally I got the prayer tent, and some folks prayed with me, and she said, "I just want you to know, since then my life has completely turned around. My family's back together, and I'm here as a volunteer." So
that's a great
wonderful.
story.
Good story.
That's what really encourages you, that it is about us taking care of each other.
Sure.
And that's really the central message that
that's what we're
we
supposed
feel
to do.
that we're called to, is to serve one another. Yes.
Supposed to do. It's stamped on our DNA.
Yes, sir.
You know, we just let life gets in the way of what we're supposed to do.
Absolutely.
Sometimes, and
until it's over, and then we then we realize that's the
right.
meaningful
So
stuff.
what day is this again?
This is going to be on Saturday, April 7th, which is just about 10 days away. A week, and it'll be between the hours of 10 a.m. and 1 p.m.
Okay, very
First
good.
Presbyterian
Church right here in Tullahoma.
Correct.
You need something. You're lacking in something, a pair of clothes, something to eat, or a little bit of spiritual guidance. Go over there and meet with these folks, and they'll make your life better. help you along this path, and we all need help along this path. We'll be right back.
Smoking tobacco accounts for 3 of every 10 fire deaths in the United States.
Tullahoma Fire Department. Need you en route to a structure fire, 202 Main Street. Heavy smoke showing. Neighbors advise child trapped inside.
Lighters, matches, and associated smoking paraphernalia are the leading cause of preschooler fire deaths. We as firefighters know that most structure fires can be prevented.
I've got one!
Command, this is primary search. We have a victim. Need EMS to meet us at the front door.
Please help us to give you a fighting chance. This can be prevented. Contact the Tullahoma Fire Department for a free home safety inspection.
What's a Tennessee vacation? It starts off like any road trip, and then, boom, adventure and thrills everywhere you look, which happens to be some of the most beautiful scenery in the country. Music here, history there, and all kinds of green in between. Come relax and unwind, or bring the crowd for some stargazing, or stargazing. Whatever you do, come hungry and expect an awesome soundtrack. It's all right here in Tennessee. We're playing your song. For a free vacation guide, visit tnvacation.com.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
some of the nicest people on this show. I have with me today Bethany Sterling from the Learning Place at First Presbyterian Church in Tullahoma. And what is the Learning Place?
The Learning Place is a preschool for children ages 1 to 5. We have nursery class up through an advanced pre-K class for children that could have gone to kindergarten
But chose not
but
to.
chose not to. So.
You want to tell what it costs to bring a child there?
You come 2 days a week. We have it's 2 days a week. It's $90 for the month. Or if you come 4 days a week.
How long do they stay there?
The state limits us to 12 hours a week.
Okay.
So we have 8:30 to 11:30, 2 days a week. 8:30 to 11:30, 4 days a week, or 8:30 to 2:30,
What's
2
a
days
good program?
a week. And the longer ones is 170.
Well, obviously you need money, and so you're going to have a race, correct?
We are.
Tell us a little bit about that. And we might put the website up just so people can get more information.
We have a 5K and 1K color run, and this is actually our shirt from last year with last year's sponsors. But the point of this run is to have fun. And you try to get, this is actually washable powdered paint that I've treated so that it can be reused.
So you get a t-shirt when you sign up?
You get a t-shirt when you sign up for the race, and then as you get to each little station, there'll be people that try to spray powdered paint on you.
Oh, I see. What fun.
Yes, and it's fully washable. Like I said, I treated this with vinegar so that it would
All right,
set.
let's talk about what time it starts and what day it is.
It's Sunday, April 15th at 2:30. And we have a 5K at 2:30, and then we have a 1K, which is essentially a large walk that we are located at for kids.
And how far are you running?
Well, a 5K is 3.2 miles, and
obviously,
and so we go out and then we come back, and we have the city help with.
And do you want to give the price for each person that signs up?
Sure, it's $25 for the 5K, and it's $10 for the 1K.
Well, that's a good deal. Any way you look at it, you get a shirt to run in and
you do get a
sleep in
shirt.
and
Yes, you
wear
get
around town and advertise. How about your sponsors? Do you want to mention who your
Sure.
sponsors are?
We have Southern Tennessee Endodontics, Fuel and Fogarty Orthodontics, Provision Financial, The Sweatshop, Heritage Salon, Glicken Woods Dentistry, First Presbyterian Church, and the Painted House. But we're always looking for more.
You're always looking for more. So if you're interested in sponsoring, there's the number to call and the website to look at for more information. I'm assuming all this information is on the website.
It is.
So that you can find out exactly what to do, where to go, when to be, and all that. So how long have you been involved with this?
This is my first year as director. I previously worked at the preschool as a teacher for 2 years, and then I've been a parent there since 2008. So
well, they're lucky to have you.
So different roles, but this is my first year as the director.
Yeah, and so if do you look for volunteers?
We use volunteers on a limited basis, but we have a paid staff. We have 11 teachers and teachers' aides, and then I'm the 12th.
And obviously they're all qualified to do what it is that they do, because that's a big challenge, working with children that young.
It is.
And of course you get to the kindergarten age, then are they actually doing the same sort of thing they would do if they were in kindergarten?
They're doing
some of it.
Yes. I mean, it's different because it's not meant to be a kindergarten program.
Right.
But it's definitely getting them ready for kindergarten. We have children that are reading in that age, and then some of the younger groups, and we're trying to do individualized to what they might need, but also making sure that we spend a lot of time being kids.
And I guess they have lots of different activities where they can run and get their energy taken care of.
Yes, we have a recess time. We have chapel. We do art.
You do art projects. Do you have a little music? I hope you
we do have
music.
We have music. We do Zoophonics, which some of the city schools are starting to do. It's a phonics-based reading program. Zoophonics. It's all animal and motion. It's kinesthetic, so it helps children learn through motion. So you're learning your alphabet, and alligator goes Bubba Bear.
And it's amazing what that does.
And even the 1-year-olds are really picking up on it.
They're catching up on that. The 1-year-olds are smarter than we were at 25. So anyway, it's amazing what they can do. I am so glad you came today.
Thank you.
And I will encourage everybody to see this website, learn a little bit more about the Learning Place, investigate what you need to investigate, and donate. It's because it's a wonderful program. Children need this program. Thank you.
Thank you very
Any
much.
last words?
No, just that whatever you do, if you'd like to come out, it's a lot of fun. It's not meant to be a real
April
competitive.
15 and starts at
2:30.
2:30. All right, we'll be back with more exciting things.
It's time for every family and business in Tullahoma to go green and recycle. Tullahoma Public Works makes it simple and easy to recycle. Just place your recyclable materials, paper, plastic, aluminum, and cardboard beside your garbage container on the same day your garbage is picked up. Your recycled materials don't have to be in a fancy container. Recycling is not only the right thing to do, it makes sense. Recycling pays. Paying to bury our garbage costs each of us. Please do your part. Let's go green, Tullahoma, and recycle.
Hi, I'm Cindy.
And I'm Jacob. I'm the Rooster.
And I'm the Red Maiden. And we would like to welcome you to
Roosterware.
Yes, Roosterware is a cottage industry producing accessories for men, women, children, babies, and pets. All items are hand cut and sewn locally. Roosterware specializes in bow ties, pocket squares, scarves, cufflinks, neckties, and aprons of all sizes for all ages. Baby products include onesies, diaper covers, bibs, and burp pads. All bow ties, tie it yourself or pre-tied, come with an adjustable neckband. All products can be made with the material of your choice, as special orders are available upon request. Don't be standing back looking at fashion. Create your own with Roosterware.
come visit us at
roosterandredmaiden.com.
to find our handcrafted designs for
The Cock of the Walk.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, folks, we're back, and I'm here today with Kelsey Williams. See, she is so smart. She knows this old man can't remember anything. She's got a name tag on. I need a name tag. That would be great. Old man.
No.
She's here with the Alzheimer's Association, and they are having a volunteer blast-off. Just like we start this show with a rocket.
Exactly, it's perfect.
So tell us about the blast-off.
Yeah, so next Friday, April 6th from 11 to 1, we will be at King's Cross Church, and we're just inviting the community to come out and learn about our walk planning committee. And so our 25th annual Alzheimer's Association walk will be Saturday, October 13th at the South Jackson Civic Center. And we're just hoping to have more community members come and join our planning committee to make this a really momentous event, the biggest walk we've ever had, we're hoping.
Right.
Because it's the 25th year.
25 years, long time.
It is a long time. And so we're just hoping community members, whether people have been involved with the walk before or whether they're new and just wanting to, get involved in a cause that might have touched them or just one that really impacts this community.
Sure.
And so we would love for people to come out. It's open house style, so people can come for 5 minutes or they can come for all 2 hours. We'll have heavy hors d'oeuvres, and our committee will be there. Our fearless
heavy hors d'oeuvres.
Heavy hors d'oeuvres.
Not light hors d'oeuvres, heavy hors d'oeuvres.
Because it's during lunchtime, so we want to have some food for people.
Yeah.
And then our fearless leader, Cindy Richards, who is our walk chair again this year, will be there with our whole committee, and people can learn about the different opportunities they have within the committee. So we have recruitment, getting companies and teams involved in the cause. We have sponsorship, working obviously to kind of get sponsors.
Right.
And we have other things as well. So we have marketing, we have mission. And mission is really cool because it's the group of people that are going to keep us focused on why we do what we do.
Right.
the heart of this walk and of this community and this committee is to, serve all those impacted by Alzheimer's disease.
Sure.
And so we're hoping to invite more people to join our very, very wonderful, very fun committee this year.
Do you realize that 25 years ago, the first walk that this company was not in this studio right here, we operated out of the American Legion.
Okay.
And we had a live television show for 4 hours.
Oh my gosh.
For sign-up day for the first Alzheimer's walk.
That's really cool. I did not know that.
And we had prizes, and they had heavy hors d'oeuvres. Heavy hors d'oeuvres. And one of the people on the committee's husband was a songwriter in Nashville and had written a song about Alzheimer's that was on the radio at the time, and their band was there and played different sets. And we had horns we'd blow, and somebody would sign up. Yeah, we were on there live for 4 hours.
I love that.
For the opening day of
for
a
the
sign
first day
up
of the walk.
for the first
ever
Alzheimer's walk in
That's
Tullahoma.
amazing.
Yeah, so that's how far we go back.
Yeah,
together with a fight to help those who have that dreadful disease. I have had family members to go through it, and it's nothing good about it, and the support that you need as a caregiver or as a family member is incredibly huge. What it takes to get through this. And when there's a group that helps you work through it, it's something that you just can't do without.
Yeah, and that's something that we're here for. We actually have a 24-hour helpline. So if, middle of the night you have a loved one with dementia or with Alzheimer's and something comes up and you don't know where to turn, 1-800-272-3900 is our helpline, and they can call and be connected to a care consultant who can say, this behavior is happening. Here's different strategies you might be able to use to deal with that really difficult thing.
Right.
And so that's what we want people to know. We would love people to come to this volunteer kickoff. We would love people to come to the walk. But really, we want the families that are impacted by this to know that we're here to help them every step of the way. From a care consultation, when that first diagnosis comes, helping them plan for what the next months and years are going to look like. To support groups and
all right, so
all these other things.
Let's say again when this is going to be. This is April the 11th.
April 6th.
6th.
So
there you go.
Friday, April 6th at King's Cross Church from 11 to 1. It's open house style, so feel free to come by any time between 11 and 1.
Heavy hors d'oeuvres.
Heavy hors d'oeuvres.
That'll get them there. Tullahoma loves to eat. Heavy hors d'oeuvres. We'll see you there. Kelsey, thank you, dear.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails.
Tired of paying for monthly telephone service, expensive long-distance bills, and all those crazy taxes? Are you sick of spending money on telephone equipment, maintenance contracts, and service calls, all for a phone system that shackles you to 100-year-old technology and your desk? Stop it. It's time to ship your phone system to the cloud. What can the cloud do for you? Bring together remote offices, workers, and employees in the field. Make sure that you'll never miss calls by delivering them to multiple devices. Modernize faxing by allowing multiple faxes to be sent and received at once. And deliver to email. Get your voicemail messages instantly through email too. And take advantage of an endless supply of customizable features. Host My Calls can deliver the cloud. All of this technology with low upfront costs and not one penny in capital expense. It's time for a phone solution you'll truly love from Host My Calls. Call the number below.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and it's always fun when the Chamber of Commerce from Tullahoma shows up, Hope Sarton, and she's always got some good folks in tow with her. And who wouldn't want to be in tow behind Hope?
Oh, you're
Amen to that.
Just like Jim Woodard said, we all look better when Hope's in the middle of us.
Exactly right.
Y'all are sweet.
What's
keep
up?
it coming.
Come on. Keep coming. Yeah, we took a picture, and she said, of course, like always, if it's not any good to me, it doesn't go up. We're not going to post
You're not
it.
supposed to share my secrets.
They're always good of you.
Very sweet.
So what's happening? We've got Women Impacting.
Yes, Women Impacting the Community. This is our 4th annual Women Impacting the Community luncheon, and this year Southern Community Bank has stepped up to be our title sponsor, which we are very excited. They wouldn't even hardly let me finish before they said, yes, we definitely want to do that. Very enthusiastic.
Good.
And Jim is returning as our award sponsor this year, Woodard's Diamonds and Design. So
Very good.
Nothing. It's great. It's great.
It's a wonderful thing when you do, like I was telling Kelsey, we've been doing this for 25 years and did the first Alzheimer's walk, and it's so great to be able to have that history and see the people like these two guys right here who continue to step up, not just once or twice, but for years, doing what it takes to make as Mayor Curley would say, Tullahoma, one of the greatest little communities you could live in. Right. All starts with support from local business.
Yes, 100%.
And personally, I want to thank both of you guys for doing what you've done and what you will continue to do. Because,
as Hope said, it's a no-brainer. I mean, this has been a great event for the last 3 years, going on 4 years now, when the opportunity presented itself. I mean, Southern Community definitely wanted to get involved and make sure we're supporting a great cause. I mean, we've got some wonderful women in the community, and why not recognize them for their wonderful contributions to the community? So.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, we were talking before we came on scene just about different things, and I appreciate what you said about businesses supporting and giving, because that is what we enjoy doing. But again, I want to brag on you and P-Head, and again what you do here. I mean, you're a great voice. I mean, however, this is a great place to hear what's going on, and you always do it. You and your team are always doing such a good job with that. But it's kind of funny as you watch people coming up, and this is our second year to be the awards, I think, sponsor, and we enjoy doing that. But Hope is doing an excellent job with this, also being, running our Chamber of Commerce for us, but recognizing the influence. I mean, we're all reading and hearing. We've all known that women are important. I mean, for those of us who've been paying attention, whether it starts with our mamas and works our way on up, but how important women are in our life. But I think it's a great thing that our community is doing this, and Hope and the Chamber have really taken it to another level, I think. Last year it was Fran Markham, I think it was recognized, wasn't it?
She was a speaker.
She was our keynote speaker.
She was the first one.
And so, so this year it'll be Dot Watson. So she has a great story to share, and so she's already given me a little preview, so I think everybody's really going to enjoy her story.
Yeah.
Well, I remember last year. I remember last year's speaker. I guess Fran did that.
And she has an amazing story as well.
She does have an amazing story, but yes, Dot's great too. So we'll all get a lot of kicks. Yes. Do we still have tickets available?
We have a few tickets still available, and nominations are going to cut off this Friday. And so if anyone out there knows of an incredible woman, please nominate. We're accepting the categories are business, community service, education, and lifetime achievement. And so we already have over 25 nominations.
Great.
So.
Wow.
Which is more than we had last year. Is that right?
More than last year.
And of course, this is Tuesday. You might not be watching this on Tuesday, but because it plays 5 times a week. But these folks, Chamber Coffee's today.
Yes.
So we need to get them out of here to get to the coffee. Yeah. And just want to say to you, thank you for what you're doing. And Jim's right. I was talking to Ray Markram from Manchester, Markson's Pharmacy, and talking about how we've tried to bridge the Gulf of Manchester, or I'm sure they call it the Gulf of Tullahoma, for many, many years. Yep. And I think our young people, our YPs, Hope's group and their young professionals group is going to do something that we've tried to do for 40 years and haven't been able to make happen, is realize that we're stronger as a whole than we are separately.
100%. You know, I graduated from Manchester.
Yeah, I know that. So you've got the
Manchester girl running the Tullahoma
You've got
Chamber.
the inroad, don't you, baby? Inroad.
And I'm an old Franklin County boy too. It is important that our communities work together. Right. There's no doubt about it that you know, the banks have locations in all the communities.
Yeah, sure they do.
We market and promote to all the communities. So I mean, just this past Saturday in our business, I mean, the communities that came in, we had customers from Manchester, Colmont, Fayetteville, Shelbyville. So I mean, our community continues to attract and bring people to us. So yes, we need to embrace their communities and work together.
And embrace the women in all of them.
Especially.
I love embracing women. Folks, we'll be back after these messages.
Thank you, John.
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family caring for your family since 1932.
If you want to be a parent, it doesn't matter how you play, what you wear, how you dance, or even what direction life takes you. You just need to be there. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care don't need perfection. They just need you.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No two visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Tullahoma.
All right, folks, we're back. We've had a full show. They said it's time to go, so Peggy and I will wish you goodbye. Have a great Easter. He is risen. He is risen indeed.